good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Let's Talk Trek, the UK's yada yada Sunday night talk show. We do this every week. It's been a week already. That's just gone so fast.
Blown by.
It's been a strange week. There's been time travel this week. The clocks have changed.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow.
Ooh.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it's been. You think of all the things that's happened this week. It's been a really weird week. Yeah, there's been a ship that can't park.
A boat got stuck, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the Certus was left at the helm.
Yeah.
Crash.
That's why I called it Enterprise D's late, isn't it? It's stuck on that ship.
Oh yeah, 99.9% of the world have had to build the Enterprise D model parts 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Carl's had nothing yet, apart from abuse off the company saying we think you've stolen it and trying to get a second one for free.
Yeah.
Is that what Elon Musk is saying?
David Schwimmer, and he's standing on the deck going, "Pivot, pivot."
Is that what Elon Musk are telling you? They are accusing you of fraud.
They implied it by telling me on the phone that if 2 copies were to arrive, I am not allowed to keep the second copy and I must send it back at my own expense. Which
that's fair enough, because they'll never know.
Well, which I answered with, I'm struggling to get 1 copy.
I'll happily send the second copy back by carrier pigeon.
Are you
Don't
sure?
get me wrong, I'm very much looking forward to it, but
Eagle Moss do make some great stuff, but I've got first-hand experience of their customer service, and it is absolutely
could use a little bit of polish.
Yeah.
If you do get a second copy of the first edition, so you'll have 3 warp nacelles, you could build that future Enterprise with a third nacelle on and have a completely different one to everyone else.
The Dreadnought class.
The Galaxy X, isn't it? The All Good Things version.
Well. Right, lots of people saying hello in the comments. So let's throw some of those before we do some introduction. So hello to all the regulars. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Meg.
Hi, Megan.
Ben.
Evening,
How you doing, Ben? Christoph. How you doing, buddy?
Evening,
Val, give us a hug. How you doing? Hey, Paul. How you doing? Oh, we've got some exciting news for you later, Paul.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Very exciting news.
Right. So do us a favour tonight, because we forgot to do it before we came on the air. If you're watching this tonight and you enjoyed the stream, can you do us a favour? Can you give us a like? And can you hit share and share it into some various Star Trek groups? Because we like it when people watch.
Yeah, tell people about us. We're awesome.
I meant to do it while we were talking. Right. So it is Sunday night, which means Let's Talk Trek. It's an hour of us sort of babbling on. We've been doing this for nearly a year. When is our year anniversary?
May.
If we are able, according to the roadmap, to all get together for the anniversary, I feel we should try and make an effort to do so, even if it is at a service station in the middle of nowhere.
The Let's Talk Trek Roadshow.
Yes.
Can you bring your hot tub?
Road.
I've got this image of Richard's hot tub set up in Newport Pagnell Services, in the car park.
Absolutely.
Oh, we can set up a little Antiques Roadshow booth for people to bring collectibles to us.
And we can, from the hot tub, we can examine them.
Absolutely.
Right, let's have a look. Renato says, "Hello, can I speak?"
I don't
Absolutely,
know,
you can. You speak away, Renato. That would be good.
So let's do our first feature of the evening, which is James and his hangover.
Well, where's Dan gone? This evening's cocktail is called the Bolion Stinger. For this, you're going to require 3 ingredients and a glass. The first of your ingredients is Saurian cognac. But if you can't get Saurian cognac, why not use Courvoisier? You will need... Oh, there we go. The top was missing there.
Remember, this is a Star Trek show, James. So what episode are we going to enjoy whilst drinking this cocktail?
Well, as it's a Bolion cocktail, you want any episode with a Bolion in. So let's think about any episode with Mr. Mott. Now,
What's the one?
What's the episode where Picard is constantly trying to avoid Mott?
I can't remember.
With Mott, of course.
Probably because I had too much to drink.
I mean, Picard, like me, when the barber says, "How would you like your hair done?" I say, "In silence." Anyway, so you should in fact have 50
When a
memories.
chatty barber works in well, though, innit? And you got a chatty barber. When you
Did you
sat
see
there,
football last night? No, I don't watch football. It's rubbish. Rugby.
and you got a chatty barber, and he's all like, "Oh, where'd you get that hat?" And, oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
He's back. Da 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 da. Someone get the Mexican hat music quick. Right, so I put in about 20 milliliters of Saurian cognac there. It should be 50, but I have to work tomorrow. So I've got a meeting with a very, very senior individual tomorrow, so I've got to be on my game.
I'm not coming over till Thursday.
Are you coming over on Thursday?
Thursday night, I think. Oh, no, maybe not.
I'm not. I'm going to be on work. Right. So the next thing is you'll need some Romulan bollock, or if you can't get Romulan bollock, creme de menthe. Let's tip that in there.
I'm so glad that name took hold.
Okay. I'll need to use the special Starfleet ice.
He's a sweater!
Some more Starfleet ice. And of course, the very last of my Romulan ice. Well, let's see what happens if we put this in, just out of interest. Ooh, nothing.
That's a cold Romulan bollock there.
Let's get it super icy. There we go.
Now, I like the way you've said that you have to be on your best behaviour and fully compos mentis tomorrow, and yet you're going for the Romulan ice again. Bad move, James. Bad move.
Just in the comments there, Ronaldo, asking how you can talk. You can't join in the sort of the video chat, I'm afraid. You'll have to type any comments in the comments section and we'll read them out.
Ugh.
A plethora.
That's the worst cocktail I've made yet.
Okay. So
The official name is a Stinger.
Okay, so it's Star Trek related because
It's green.
it's
and blue.
green and you watch it whilst watching the episode we can't remember that had Mr. Mott in it.
Well, perhaps both of our viewers could think of the name while Dan
Normally
plays along.
Alan's good for this, but he's gone missing.
Starship Mine.
No, Mott's not in that. That's the one where, ironically, Picard chooses to say he is Mr. Mott.
That's right. Yes.
Hang on. Let's use the magic of Google.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
So I can't say I'd recommend the Bolion cocktail I've just mixed for you. It's rubbish.
Okay.
Allez!
It's like really bad mouthwash.
Oh, dear.
Well, it could be unification where Picard is avoiding him.
Oh, isn't that? Yes, because he has to have the
Because he has to
Romulan
have the
wig
wig.
on, doesn't he?
Picard has to have the wig, yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, thank you very much for your cocktail, James.
Well,
Okay,
you're
we're going
welcome.
to move on from James and his terrible cocktail with something else. We're going to go into Collectable Corner. So that means pressing the magic Collectible Corner button, like so.
Such a calming theme tune.
This is my violin.
So, dear viewer, this week on Collectible Corner, we have looked at something similar to these before. In fact, we've looked at something very similar to these before. However, this is a new improved version as to what we have seen before.
It's not
And
marble,
that's it.
is it?
Oh, no. They're for a very special occasion. We have the Star Trek stamps. Let's see if I can angle that so my screen's not reflecting. There we go.
Oh, that's pretty, isn't it?
Now, this is a completely different set to the one we have seen previously. And this one is a lovely framed version.
I see Keating's still present. Is he?
He is, yeah, but you do
Yeah.
get some rather nice ones on here. You get a Locutus, you get Kirk and the Gorn. You know, there's a really good varied mix of stamps on this one.
Nice colours.
Yes.
Really lovely.
Yeah, it really would make a lovely feature on the wall. And obviously it comes with its little hologram on the back saying that it's official Royal Mint, Royal Mail. So, yeah, and those are available. If you want to get the non-framed versions, like we've shown before, you can pick those up for around just over £1,000. These really nice framed versions, however, those go for a little bit more, about double to triple the price, so anywhere between £2,000 and £3,000. But they've got loads of different sets.
Seeing that, though, I'd say it's worth getting the framed version.
Absolutely.
They're really nice.
Yeah, definitely. Really nice piece to put on the wall.
I see. Well, that sort of segues us into our brand new feature. Oh, yes. Oh, it's a very exciting time. Carl, roll that theme tune.
I wish you'd have warned me. I thought you were the moderator.
I do love it.
I told you to do something. Oh, yes. It's our new feature.
I knew that I'd put a smile on James's face.
God, Blankety Blank is just the best theme tune ever.
Who's the best blankety blank host ever? Though?
Wogan.
It's gotta be. No, Dawson.
Oh, but there was not even a second of thought in that.
I didn't even let you finish the question there.
Dawson.
Wogan with his microphone that was like a big stick.
Wow.
Who has a microphone like that?
Wogan.
Right, so Stampity Stamp viewers, this is our brand new feature. It's going to be a weekly feature, and what it's going to be is, of the magical stamps that we have got, we have decided to take a picture and pixelate it up. You get a guess. If you can identify the correct stamp, you win a prize of nothing. But if you don't get it right, it rolls on to the next week. So, cast your eyes to the screens. This is your Stampity Stamp for this week. Okay. So we're going to throw it up on the screen very quickly and just quickly take it down. So it's only coming on for a couple of seconds. Here we go. Stampity stamp, stampity stamp. Boom, boom.
That's someone in a command shirt or a red shirt from the original series.
So who is this? Which stampity stamp is it? Have a quick look. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to remove that.
Picard.
He's had a nasty episode in the Transporter, hasn't he? Whoever it is.
Oh, Miles O'Brien was not on form that day, was he?
No.
That's it. Oh, that'll do, mate. That'll do. Yeah, close enough.
Oh, Megan says Chakotay.
No, wrong.
I don't think. No, there's too much. There's a lot of red there. It's got to be a command. Scotty.
Ooh.
Yeah, possibly Scotty.
You know, Dan, if we were doing this in the proper format of Blankety Blank and you're the host with your big microphone on a stick, we're supposed to sort of all offer our suggestions and the contestants can go with our... Well, they have to match with our suggestions.
Do you know what? We could come up with some phrases for next week. You know.
Well,
I wouldn't work on time, except the Borg stole my blank.
As Carl knows who it is, we can't have Carl. But
He could do that for next week. That'd be brilliant.
Carl's had a preview of this week's one, unfortunately. He knows who this one is. But all right, James, what you
Super
guess?
Stamp game, Super Stamp game, Super Stamp game.
What will you give him for the blankety blank checkbook and
Oh,
pen?
actually, no, I'll retract that because I don't think he was in this set, was it? I'll go Picard.
Richard?
It was definitely. It's either a red shirt. I'm thinking I'm going for Scotty. I'm with Christoph.
Oh, okay.
We've got a few more guesses in the comments as well. We've got Uhura.
Well, Ronaldo's gone for waist of it.
Looks like Paul agrees with you, James.
I don't think Scotty was in the set that was issued, was he? It was the captains and... Oh, mind you, there were a whole load of them I haven't seen. It was mainly the captains.
In which case, I change my answer. Then I'll go for Picard or Riker. No, Picard.
Make your mind up.
Well,
Picard.
Shall we have this week's reveal, and we'll get a new fresh one?
This one's kind of like the tester, isn't it? So we'll do the reveal this week.
Oh, it's looking Picardy.
There he is. It was Picard.
It was Picard.
But I'm Paul.
Make sure you join us next week for another fun and exciting episode of
We've got
It's difficult to get no matches in this game.
We've got to do this properly next week, and we've got to have, I'm sorry, I can't remember where I parked my starship. I was out all last night with a Romulan blank.
Oh, right. Right, let's move on. Next feature. It's time for this one.
It's a fake.
So this week's news. So it's almost as authentic and realistic and factual as the BBC this week. So yes, we've got this week the deep fake boys have been at it again, and I can exclusively reveal to the Talking Truck audience that the entire original series has been remastered with a new cast.
Brilliant.
British viewers are going to enjoy this. Those not from Britain are going to be bemused by this. But if you just bring the slide up, hopefully all should become clear.
Oh, matron.
So for those of you that don't know,
Captain Kirk.
yes. So this is a British institution, and my first love, Barbara Windsor, as a Orion slave girl, which actually I'm finding very hot. Yeah. So the deep fake people are going in and they're doing the whole original series, replacing the original cast with the cast of the Carry On films.
Oh.
I mean,
I'm sure he's welcome
just
to all.
walking through the Holy Trinity there. So Sid James as Kirk, that's interesting.
Yeah. Kenneth
that works
Williams,
for me.
obviously as Spock. Yeah.
Well, Spock, that's unusual. Kenneth Williams. I mean, I would have thought he'd be better placed for someone like Scotty, to be honest. Charles Hawtrey might have been better as Spock, but Charles
Possibly.
Hawtrey as McCoy.
Yeah.
I can actually see Kenneth Williams as McCoy. I can see Kenneth Williams as McCoy, actually.
He can make a great
Bernard
McCoy.
Brayshaw as Scotty. Why is Jane Sim Doctor the whale lady?
Yeah.
She's only in one film and not very much at that.
I'm sure she.
Janice Rand? I don't know.
I'm sure she's delighted to be known in the Star Trek world as the Whale Lady.
What's the name of the character? I can't remember.
Gillian something.
Dr. Gillian.
She was a doctor.
Someone in the comments, help us out there. Dr. Gillian Whale Lady something.
Not Gillian Anderson, was it?
No.
What was that the name of the actress? I can't remember. Hang on, I'll use Google.
Oh, yes, that universal resource.
Oh, God. James is
Right,
going to do 2 things on his computer at once. Wait for it to crash out. Should really invest in an IT department.
Dr. Gillian Taylor,
Taylor, that's it.
played by Catherine Hicks.
Now, strangely, there is a lot of comments that we're not seeing. We're not seeing any comments going through at the moment. So if you are out there, Right, moving swiftly on. Let's go into real news. Actual, proper, real, fantastic news. Ooh. This week, it was the birthday of William Shatner. 90 years old. Crikey. He's not done too bad for himself in life, has he?
I was going to say,
Well, there's more to this story, isn't there, Dan? That he's creating an AI version of himself for posterity, so that come the dark day that no longer is Shatner with us, he will always be with us.
You're talking about this, aren't you?
This is similar to what Michelle Barrett did. She recorded her voice phonetically so she could always be used as a Star Trek computer.
Yeah.
And then they went and
do
put a
anything with
bloody
that
artificial
yet. They
intelligence
do.
discovery instead. Yeah, this is when he's sat down on a green screen to have a drink with himself, apparently.
Yeah.
It's Shatner. We just nod and, nod and agree.
Oh, there's a new film coming out, I think, this week with Shatner and Christopher Lloyd in.
Yes.
I can't remember what it's called yet, but it looks fantastic.
Oh, it looks very good.
Or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks very good. I'm going to be watching it over the course of this week. We'll report on it. We'll review it next week for you, viewer.
Excellent.
Shatner and Lloyd in a stolen Klingon time machine go on a trip to the Genesis planet.
Something like that. Yes, I believe so.
Okay, moving
the King.
swiftly on. Do we know what that is in the background?
That's Mr.
Yeah,
Spock.
Yeah, we covered
And
that
the
a little while ago, didn't we? When the initial plans went up, it's for a Leonard Nimoy
Spock Day.
memorial.
It is the Leonard Nimoy at the Boston Science Museum.
It's the sculpture they're going to dedicate to him.
Right. So when I looked at it, Carl, which product that your nice establishment sells does that look like? Think particular wine bottle.
How about that?
It looks. Yeah, when you put it like that, it's like a prosecco bottle from Fresnay.
Yeah, looks just like one.
Yeah.
I just wonder if it's going to be filled with lovely prosecco.
I think I'd rather have a sculpture of me rather than my hand. If it was going to be Leonard Nimoy.
At least it's not like Leonard Nimoy's ear. It could have been like a Spock ear. It could have been a lot worse.
So it's a nice universal symbol, though, isn't it? So
It is. In the karate world, it's called meski. It's for stabbing eyes. But I'm sure people looking at this won't be. Yeah.
Maybe.
We don't condone violence, do we, gentlemen?
absolutely
Not unless it's warranted. Right, moving on. Anthony Rapp has said he is going to expand his repertoire. Did anyone see the article?
He's going to do ventriloquism.
Let's see. In season 3,
Latest attempt to improve Discovery with a puppet.
Going to juggle. You're on a unicycle, juggling with a dummy.
Discovery season 4, handing Michael Burnham tissues and telling him to stop crying.
Actually, genuinely, I think this is the thing. We haven't seen him cry enough, and I think that's what they're hinting at. We're going to see some more emotion from him, a few more tears.
I don't know, we got all moody and Mardy in the last episode.
Not enough tears. You're never going to make Captain unless he cries.
Oh, sorry, I thought you made Captain by killing your captain, causing an interstellar war, bringing back someone from an alternative universe, getting your ginger friend promoted captain, getting the ship taken over, getting your real captain stranded in a nuclear wasteland, then getting him to take an orphan to a different planet, and then being the only one left to run the ship. I thought that was the way you became captain.
Well, let's be honest, that's a very long-term, 3-year strategic plan.
Well, it's no worse than Riker's plan of just not becoming captain,
I'll just sit here and wait.
Would you like to be captain, Riker? Nah.
Ooh.
I'm happy here. There's no responsibility.
See, the funny thing is, has anyone seen the trailer for the new Top Gun film?
Yes.
Where Tom Cruise says to some relatively high-ranking officer, "I was surprised to be invited back," and the officer says to him, "We call them orders, Maverick." The point is, I don't understand how Riker gets to just say, "I don't want to be captain. I'm going to stay exactly where I am." When Starfleet could just say, "No, this is not a choice. You've been ordered to go and take command of this ship."
Listen, Will, this is not how this works.
Yeah, it's very valid what you're saying, and I agree with you completely. But you have to understand that they had a wonderful chemistry going by then in the series, and if they'd have removed Frakes from that setup, it would have absolutely destroyed it. It really would have done. So,
the other thing as well is when that particular part happened in Best of Both Worlds Part 1 and they brought up about Riker being offered, it was because they didn't know how that episode was going to end necessarily, whether Patrick Stewart would be continuing or not. So that was kind of a setup just in case, wasn't it, really?
I think, let's speculate. Let's say if Patrick Stewart had left and they didn't bring in a new captain, they had a reshuffle, and Will took command of the Enterprise. Obviously, Patrick Stewart's marvellous. I think the series still would have done all right if they'd have reshuffled it round that way. I think that Frakes was a strong enough actor and a strong enough character with Riker. He probably could have carried it through. I think you'd have had a lot more crew-based storylines than we had if it had gone that way. But I think it would have been okay.
I think introducing Shelby as first officer and.
I think you'd have potentially seen a bit more DS9 style as well. The fact that you got a bit sort of like longer character arc with the development of Riker and the shift around of the crew that would have inevitably happened as well.
What about Data as first officer? He was a lieutenant commander. He was the second officer. He was always in an operations role, so it sort of begged the question why he was so high ranking, to be honest. But
he'd be my choice as first officer if I was because basically, if he's an android, he can always drive on your Christmas do, can't he?
It never stacked up for me about TNG, which is that they're on the flagship, 1,000 crew, and so you've got a captain and a first officer who's a commander, and then you've got a doctor who, for some reason, is also a commander, and then you've got a counsellor who turns out also to have a rank of commander by the end. And 2 lieutenant commanders. Yet, when something like an Earth class turns up that's got a crew of like 50, it still has a full 4-pip captain.
The Enterprise D was basically the NHS, wasn't it? That's it. All these managers, no one actually running the ship.
How good would you be? You've made it to captain. You've had that meeting where the one that Riker turned down. You get offered your own ship, and they say, "Oh, would you like to be captain of the USS?" Insert name of ship here.
Melbourne Lollipop.
Yeah, and you think, this is going to be amazing. Yep, and then you get to space dock, and
Can I just stop you there, Dan? I've been looking at Anthony Rapp for too long. Can you bring him down?
Yeah, let's get rid of him. We're not actually talking about him.
No, and I don't like the look on his face.
Poor Anthony Rapp. Right, yeah. So you get to space dock, and then you
improve to the point it's watchable. Someone do let me know, and I might bother with it.
Yeah, then you manage to get to space dock, and it's. Some Miranda class starship or an Oberth, and you're like,
I like the Miranda. I do like the Miranda class.
I'd want an inconspicuous ship. I
Hmm.
wouldn't want to be on the flagship. I'd want to be on the one that did the supply runs. I don't want to be called to the neutral zone when there's Thalaron radiation floating about and all that. No, a teaching job at the academy would suit me. I don't think I'd want to be on the flashy.
What you're saying, Richard, you'd want to be on the Cerritos.
Yeah.
Doing the second.
We're nice and safe. Talking of things, nice and easy and safe things, our next news item, which we'll go into. It's only a model. How hard can it be? Well. This is
though, isn't it? This is not the Revel one that we've all.
Yeah, this is the new Polar Light one. So they're doing 2 new Polar Light Voyagers. There is this one, which is the solid one, and they are doing, which is this one. It's a snap together kit, so no sticky glue.
No glue.
No glue.
Where's the fun in that?
And apparently, you can just whack the detail right if you don't want to paint it and stuff. It'll look rubbish, but you can do. And then there's a clear one, which is being given some clear plastic so that you can see like the windows will light up and stuff if you put a lighting kit inside it.
But Dan, the point of that is that instead of now drilling out the windows so you can light them, you've now got to paint every part of it bar the windows, which seems to me extremely difficult.
I mean, I imagine drilling out all those windows would be quite difficult,
Yeah, not particularly easy. Ironically,
is that a finger drill you're using there, Carl?
It is. Ironically, I actually, and literally this was before we even saw this news, but yesterday I unboxed and started working on my Revel Voyager model kit. Let me just shift my mic over here so you can hear me while I pop over to it. And yeah, as you can see on the camera, the windows are pretty small that you're going to have to drill out. And that, like I say, this is the Revel kit. Now, bear in mind, this is a 1 in 670 kit, whereas the new Polar Lights one is a 1 in 1000 kit, and that'll be even smaller. So,
and those are rectangular windows as well, which are not easy.
They're
you
not
can file
easy.
those out there, don't you?
What I've been doing is I've been drilling a couple of pilot holes in each window using the pin vise that you can see there. Very, very fragile. When you're using these, don't drop them, don't leave them lying around. You will snap the drill bit. Richard, you had a really good hint the other week for modelling with drill bits.
Yes, I've also tackled this particular model, and without a doubt, next time you're at the dentist, chaps, ask them for the drills they throw away. They're much better than the modelling ones. Literally, while you're there, they'll have a box of them. Probably not very hygienic. Make sure you clean them first. But yeah, get used drill bits from your local dentist. They're much better than any drill bits you can buy.
Yeah, and then basically once I've done the pilot holes, I'm just using this attachment to my multi-tool with a nice little drill bit in. Again, ridiculously fragile. And what I've started to do is, because I've done all the pilot holes on the saucer section here, and then I'm using the mechanised drill bit on the multi-tool to just flesh them out. And again, that's how we'd do the lighting on the old style model.
Done a really neat job of those, and it's
These are ideal for picking up tiny pieces.
Oh yeah, vital.
We were talking about this off air, just how difficult it is to, because they're rectangular shape. You're never going to do all of them without nicking a few of them and it not coming out quite right. Once you've lit it up, you won't see that. So seriously, do not worry about it. You know, that's all there is to it. You know, a few of them you're gonna get a bit wrong and aren't going to come out quite right. Even the ones where you've just done pilot holes, Carl, when the light's showing through, you're not actually going to see the bit of plastic in the middle. No. You won't see it. So, you know, don't crack on with it. Do the best job you can. But, you know, the drill slips. Don't worry. You won't see it.
No, absolutely. It's,
unless you're a dentist. If your drill slips, that's not acceptable.
But yeah,
Ronaldo Bennett has said his mum could do a better job than it. Well, trust me, she can't. I've seen the sort of job your mum can do, and it didn't impress me at all, mate.
3 stars on TripAdvisor for her, I'm afraid.
Ronaldo, you don't seem to be taking this in the spirit that it's meant.
Yeah. Yeah. Megan says she hasn't had a chance to make models yet, and she has no space.
Well, you've got a ceiling, haven't you, Megan?
Megan, you don't make these in. You don't make these in space. These are kits that we can make inside the atmosphere. They don't have to be in orbit.
When did we suddenly become a serious Trek show? It's like we've become Trekyards.
Us serious? Never.
We're doing serious things about starships. We've suddenly become Trekyards.
All right, well, let's do a show where we choose our 10 favourite ships.
Send us money if you want your thing on the screen.
I'm going to go for the Malon freighter.
I'm going to go for the cloaked Malon freighter.
I'm going to go for the cloaked Romulan fleet.
And I wasn't listening.
I've got this from the planet Screwdriver.
Actually, I've got something I can show you all this week. Yeah, look.
Right.
There we are. Look at that bastard.
Oh, it's my phone.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Oh. So this is rigged up to, well, I can't show you because I can't reach it, to a VoIP PBX adapter, a Grandstream one. And so when you lift this telephone, it automatically dials the IT department. How cool is that? You don't even have to press a button.
It's like a Trek version of the Bat phone.
Yeah, it really is, yeah.
Please tell me you're giving one. Please tell me you're going to give one of these things to
reveal the handset.
Sorry?
Reveal the handset. Show people how it works.
It's gonna ring the IT. Well, I suppose.
Well, that's all right. That's you.
There we are.
Ashby IT. Sorry, we can't take your call right now.
Nice.
There we are. And I don't know if you noticed, the nacelles light up. It's a really low charge, but yeah, the nacelles do light up.
Ooh, that'll be the method.
Hello? Oh shit. So there we are.
Wow.
Get your IT department to program it while they're sober.
Oh, yeah.
Always for the best.
I think we should do the Trek Yards idea where they do drunk yards if we're going to do 10 best ships. I'll tell you why the Meander class is best. Because
Oh.
come on, fight ya.
Oh God. Right. Let's.
Oh dear.
No, you're wrong. Wrong, diddly wrong.
So this will segue nicely on to we're planning to have another live watch along.
Oh, yes,
we did one of these before, and it was a lot more popular and enjoyable than we thought it was going to be. So we're going to do another one this Wednesday evening. Is that correct, guys?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be watching The Inner Light. No, hang on a minute. No, wait, there's something worse than Inner Light, isn't there? What is it we're watching?
It's only just worse.
Just worse.
Sorry, Dan. I know it's one of your
I
favourites.
love the Final Frontier.
Oh, I thought we were
That's what
watching. Hold on, we're watching Final Frontier. I thought we were watching Undiscovered Country.
No, we've done that one.
Come up in the private discussion.
Okay, I obviously misread
Final
that then.
Frontier.
Yeah, we'll do Final Frontier then. Brilliant. I like that.
So this Wednesday at 9 p.m, get the popcorn ready. Paul,
Absolutely.
get your cinema ready. We're going to be doing another. I found this. I've never seen it before. There's this thing called Gogglebox where people watch people watching things. That's essentially what we were doing. So this is what we're going to be doing this Wednesday. We're going to be watching this cinematic masterpiece whilst drinking, and you're all welcome to join us.
And I'll try and get the same version of the film that you guys are watching.
We can but hope.
You seem to be watching yours on like 1.2 speed or something last time. You just kept ending up ahead of us.
So just so
how it was on the DVD.
Were all the characters talking like this, James, and they were going very, very fast?
England are playing Poland in the football on. Yes, we've already
It
qualified.
doesn't matter.
those.
It's only association
I was
football.
gonna
It's not like
say,
it's a rugby, is it?
It's a nothing game.
And we're not starting until what time?
9.
So we are watching the Final Frontier. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Get so far
This
as
is one where
midnight.
they
I have a very,
where they
very
say,
special announcement and news.
What does God need with a starship? This is the one, yes?
That's
Yeah.
it. We will find out the
Spock's
answer
brother
together.
Cybok.
Half
Yep.
brother.
Half
Like
brother.
our system.
I happen to know you don't have a brother. There's no mention of him in your Starfleet records. Or your sister.
Or your sister.
Syracuse sly dog.
400 years old, mate. He's gonna. He's been around. I mean,
I
you
was
know,
going to say, sowed a few oats, hasn't he?
I'm surprised it didn't weave in somewhere down the line. T'Pol was related to Spock. You know, that was a link that was always waiting to
His
happen.
grandma, yeah.
Yeah.
Jolene Ballock. Now, there's a lovely lady.
Done
in
everything
the
after
sandwich.
Enterprise. She retired from acting, I think.
Did
Is
she?
that right? Does anyone know of anything she's done subsequent to
No,
Enterprise?
just because she's not got any more roles doesn't mean she's retired from acting. It means she wasn't very good.
Well, it does if she's no longer acting.
She's doing pantomime. Do they have our viewers in North America? Do they have pantomimes in North America?
Oh,
Is that
they
a thing?
don't.
What has Jolene Blalock been up to? Let's have a look.
Oh, dear.
Oh, careful, Dan. Don't use Google.
Yeah, but I pay for bandwidth, James, unlike you.
The present
Okay.
Mrs. Dillon is responsible for our broadband connection, and I leave these things in her more than capable hands. And if you would like to suggest otherwise, I suggest you say it to her face.
Yeah, Here we go. According to Google, and I quote this off the top section, you know where it says that there's certain questions with drop downs that you can put in? Is Jolene Blaylock still acting? And it says, and I quote, to say Blaylock's acting career after Enterprise has been lukewarm could be a stretch.
Well, Christopher said that she married and suggested that she married into money and does charity in Africa or somewhere.
Also, Carol Salo has said that she wants to know what time zone we're in. We're in the correct one.
Yes.
Jolene Blaylock has a net worth of $30 million.
Good for her.
You'd have thought she could afford a sandwich then, wouldn't you?
She was in Starship Troopers 3.
Was she?
Is that one of the direct-to-video ones?
I've seen all the Star Trek Troopers. That's the animated one, Star Trek Troopers 3.
Would you like to know more?
Starship Troopers 3, Marauder.
Yeah, that's okay. It's a live action third one. Yeah, she's in that.
Hey, let's go on a summer road trip to Klendathu. And then we can go to Zahadum.
She really is in Starship Troopers 3. Wow. Okay.
Voice, though, presumably.
She doesn't feature in the notorious nude scene, though, I'm afraid.
Oh,
where's Dan go?
Upset Dan there.
And ran away. I was going to go with Starship Troopers 3.
Oh, so is it a live action film then?
Yeah.
Is that?
Well, Megan, don't confuse us with time zones.
Just use the one on your phone. Don't not use the one in your car. Use the one on your phone.
Yeah.
My car automatically changed today.
Would it change into a different car?
No.
Where's the fun in that?
Like
Does your cooker change itself as well?
It's linked up to GPS, isn't it? So now it automatically does it.
We'll get you with the fancy
Can
car.
you believe there are hundreds of people this week who will just watch us talk about our cars clocks changing?
Do you reckon
No,
the DeLorean
there's a
in
couple
Back to the Future
people.
does that? 'Cause it would get really confused, wouldn't it?
Oh, dear.
Right, have we covered everything track-wise that we need to this week? I mean,
We've got plenty of stuff to cover yet. Don't worry.
Oh, God.
if we have, I'm going to need another drink. That's all I'm...
Wait till the Wish clip comes on. That gives you a full 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, let's do Wish. Hooray. Boom.
Hooray! Richard's bored, he's gone. Right, now.
You told me you had 2 minutes.
This is not so much an amusing clip this week, but we've occasionally name-checked the Star Trek experience in Las Vegas, which was open between, I believe, 1998 and 2008. And we'll just double-check the Wikipedia page for it. Hands up in the viewers in the comments who went to the experience in Las Vegas if you get a chance, because it's been gone, 12, 13 years now.
Yeah, we should have had the chance.
Turns out I'm the only one on screen here who actually had a chance to go. So long and the short of it is the Star Trek experience at Las Vegas. You had the Museum of the Future, which was lots of props and stuff kicking around. The main thing that you could go and enjoy was Quark's Bar, where they would serve all sorts of cocktails like the Warp Core Breach and so on. And all your serving staff were Ferengi or Klingons or Romulans. They were all wandering around in costume the entire time. Great fun. They had I believe they had 2 full-size Enterprise D bridges for... What's so funny, Carl?
Nothing. Just something Richard had along with his wine.
Yes, they had at least 1 TNG bridge, if not 2. One you could have your photograph taken on. The other formed part of the Klingon encounter. There was also a Borg 4D adventure. I'll not bore you with that. But the Klingon encounter meant you had a fully immersive Star Trek experience where you were part of an actual mission. And as part of that mission, some footage was filmed with existing TNG cast members. that was cut into the experience. So you were stood on the bridge and this came up on the screen, and this is the footage which someone found and put on YouTube. So roll VT.
Well, this is exciting, isn't it?
You've just walked on the bridge. You're savouring the moment and wondering why there's no crew there.
Oh, there they are.
Oh.
Look, here he is.
Don't worry, I'm waiting for Carl to realise that when you share screen like this, it doesn't share sound.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't hear him.
Oh, what?
All right, so let's guess what he's saying. Hi, I'm Will Riker, and I'm currently turning down a promotion.
I'm going to explain to you why I'm going to be in the finale of Enterprise.
This is the closest we could afford to the Red Arrows.
They look angry, don't they?
It's a good ship.
Riker to Enterprise. You're in some serious soup, old boy.
What Riker is telling you at the moment is that you've been accidentally beamed up from the past.
Right.
Because the Klingons have gone back trying to abduct one of Picard's ancestors with a view to making sure he's never born.
That could be me.
It could be anyone.
Well, you're bold enough.
Someone in your group.
I am bold enough.
You're not French.
Riker is rabbiting on at you, and Geordie's talking as well.
And my ancestry is French.
You're then going to get shepherded. I mean, we'll put the link to this in the comments or something later. But
Did you say your ancestry is French?
Yes.
We've lost you. What a shame.
Oh, look, there's a Frenchman. He's
You could change your last name. You could spell it Waterloo, Trafalgar.
Give Michael Dawn a series.
Anyway, look, Riker tells you you're going to be sent down to the shuttle bay to board a shuttle and to be flown. And there's an exciting simulator ride after this where you fly through the atmosphere of San Francisco, I think it was, being chased by Klingons. It's very, very exciting. But it was fully immersive. It's a full 15 minutes that you're in this adventure. It's good fun.
I can't think of a good reason why we shouldn't do that again, but dub it with these lip sync things, and we can dub it with our own version of what's going on. I think that's a marvellous idea. Almost as good as the blankety blank idea.
Film dubbing was a game on Whose Line Is It Anyway? That was one of the best rounds ever.
Greg Croops, and yes, I think we can do that.
So I believe, if I'm right, the Restore the Bridge thing is one of the bridges that was taken out of this exhibition and left.
That's right. Obviously, there's been some controversy around the Rebuild the Enterprise D Bridge campaign, but I think they're back on track now.
What was the controversy? I'm all ears.
Well, look it up, Richard. It's free to find on the internet. But there's a second one.
This is a Star Trek show. We're supposed to tell people.
Talking of things that are back on
behind it became embroiled in some legal difficulties.
Yes, leave it at that.
Way. Legal difficulties.
Did they steal a horse?
Let's just say that James's thing of it got back on track nicely segues into the Voyager documentary. Now, this has hit £1 million this afternoon.
Pounds or dollars?
Dollars.
How much is that in a currency we can understand?
North American dollars.
So about 10 pence.
Now you're asking.
10 pence.
I saw something come up this week about the Voyager documentary. Apparently, there's a clamour.
Hi, Anne-Marie.
People wish for salamander plushies. And hi, Anne. So, does everyone remember the Janeway in Paris sex scene when they turn into lizards?
Yeah.
Who could forget it?
So people want plushies of them. And there's a big clamour saying, look, if you can sell plushies, we'll pay like $30, which is 30 pence, for a plushie each. And they'll raise this. Honestly, I'm not joking. There's a massive clamour for the salamander plushies of Janeway and Tom Paris. People want them.
Anne-Marie, we're going to throw this out to you. If you come over for the premiere, we will be your personal guides to London. We will take you out for a night around.
If you wish to, you can even come and stay in my guest house and get the train down with us.
And James has a lovely Star Trek inspired guest house, and it's right by the sea.
Roy?
Richard has one too.
Richard has one. I'm not sure about James.
No.
But yes, Amory, absolutely. We would love to guide you around London for the premiere.
Cheap flight, book it now.
Well, no, with regards to Threshold, I remember
in November. I mean, it's all very much still at sea with pandemics and the like. Yeah, we're not out of this yet, boys.
No.
Yes, we are.
I remember. Sorry, just thinking about Threshold. I remember listening to the Delta Flyers podcast about that episode, and apparently there's also a fad of people getting tattoos of those little salamanders. Why?
Really?
Why would you want that permanently? No.
I mean, there's worse Star Trek tattoos you can get.
I mean, Dan's got a very intimate tattoo of a flute from the Inner Light that he won't show you.
Well, not to toot my own flute, but you know.
How many holes on your flute, Dan?
Such a shame it's not a life-size replica, though, eh?
Likes to imagine it between Picard's lips.
Sat in the Jeffries tube, playing away.
Moving swiftly on. Less insulting of the moderator, thank you. They are selling, indeed, London Premiere tickets. So estimating is November 2022. Not that we have heard anything about any potential, I don't know, Star Trek convention.
Oh, yes, it's not this year. Of course, they've got to make it yet, haven't they?
Yeah, $1 million, they've got to start doing something with it now.
Yeah.
Just for a laugh, should we make our own Voyager documentary? We'll ask our viewers here to crowdfund us, see if we can scrape together, say, about 150 quid, and see what we can do with that.
I think for a tenner, we could come up with a brilliant Voyager documentary.
Let's not put on any toes.
Right,
Let's
we're
not
going to
do
make our
Voyager.
own
Let's
then,
pick
see how
something
it comes
else.
out.
I've got a great one. Why don't we, for sake of £150, which is an entire tank of fuel in the car, we could tell Richard to navigate to somewhere in London with an A to Z, and then just rip it up halfway and see how lost we get, and then we could just claim that essentially it's a Voyager recreation.
You've just described my nightmare.
Well, I drove to
I got
Scotland
lost
once.
on the London Underground once when I was at university in London. I got lost on the Underground for nearly a whole day. I was right. It's before mobile phones and stuff. I was in such a panic. So I'm scared of heights. I won't go on the escalators either.
So, in a completely unrelated thing. So obviously we're in the north of England, me and Carl. And when I used to work for my old company, we used to have training courses, and the training course involved you having to get a train to the next big town along, which is called Stoke-on-Trent. And I was on. And there was a lad I was with, and he rings me up and he's like, I've got on the train, I've got on the wrong one, and this one's non-stop to London. And he got done by the ticket man because he only had a ticket to Stoke-on-Trent. So he had to buy a ticket return to London, which cost a fortune, and the company wouldn't pay for it, and it was on peak as well. It was like, oh, amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, that was when I worked at EE. Oh, brilliant. Yes.
I wish I could say, as James will tell you, unfortunately, I don't understand public transport, so I won't go anywhere without a guide these days. But luckily, James is very good at it, so when we go to London, I don't go without James.
It's true, I am a walking A to Z.
Absolutely. Like
So-
Sherlock Holmes.
That's the show more or less done. So the takeaways from this week are Stampity Stamp is a new feature.
Stampity stamp, stampity stamp.
We'll perfect that. There is a watch along on Wednesday at 9 p.m, which is Star Trek 5, the masterpiece, cinematic masterpiece.
It's 6, isn't it? No, it's
5. Final Frontier.
We'll do 6 another time. 6 is a good film.
6 is
No, we're doing Undiscovered. Oh, God.
We're doing 5.
We're doing 5.
It's the one with God.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Shakari. Yes.
Don't forget that at the beginning of the Final Frontier, the Enterprise is dispatched because it's the only available ship in the quadrant. It's in Earth space dock, and it's still the no. Actually, Harv Bennett comes on as an admiral, doesn't he? And says, "Well, ships, yes, but experienced crews, no." Well, let them have a decent ship then. One with a working transporter.
Yeah.
Yes. So Star Trek 5, 9 p.m. on Wednesday, and we're going to start this live stream there.
Just fix that thing.
You can watch us watching it. Yeah, that's more or less it. I can't think of anything else that we need to do this week. Amazing.
Next week, Richard, you and I, let's do a song.
We could do a song tonight if you want.
We haven't rehearsed.
That makes a difference.
It makes the
Okay,
world.
we'll do a song next week.
Paul, I better have the vodka into my sense. Paul, you're wrong. Star Trek 5 is a masterpiece.
Great little tidbit there from Christoph, though, that Shakari was originally for Sean Connery playing.
That's right. Yes, I'd heard this.
Yes.
What was the actor that played him in the end eventually?
Lawrence Luckinbill.
Because I know Sean Connery was really keen, because Connery actually is quite into his Star Trek. He was really keen to play it.
The only reason he didn't.
Your actions are most illogical.
Apparently, the only reason he didn't was because it interfered with the filming of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, because I know he's big into it. Yeah. Or someone saying we've got to do a song.
Oh, it's Carol from the Trekkie Girls.
What? Should we do a song, James?
I think you should do your own rendition of the Trekkie Girls song.
There's a Trekkie Girls song.
I think we should challenge the Trekkie Girls to a sing-off. You should do the song now, and then they have to do it on Friday.
Dan, you challenged Sam to at least be in a paddling pool this week to trump Richard in his hot tub. And you know, Sam, we were watching. You weren't in a paddling pool. You were just in your kitchen.
Awful behaviour.
I mean,
the other thing they could potentially do
at
is
least
drink off in the cocktail section with James.
I think the Trekkie Girls could at least fill a sink full of water and sit in it.
What to match you in your magnificent hot tub in your
Yes, why not?
Right.
It's gonna.
Okay, we're gonna have this out before we go off there. Star Trek 5 is a masterpiece. Inner Light is rubbish. There is no debating this. If you don't like that, bugger off and go and watch something.
What is it? What is it?
We're entitled to your opinion. Your opinion is wrong.
What is it that you think is brilliant about Star Trek: The Final Frontier? What is it you enjoy them? Well, like if you were to say to you, look, these are the two things about it that are brilliant. What were they? Is it them sitting around?
The original series cast are in it.
Yeah.
And you get to see the evolution of Plan B.
I know this ship like the back of my hand.
I think the best thing to come out of Star Trek 5 is the fact that it teaches you to add whiskey to baked beans.
What?
Message again on Tuesday. There is more chance for. Well, if all of the Trekkie girls would like to come around to mine and use my hot tub, they're more than welcome.
No, Richard, it has to be outdoors.
It has to be outdoors.
Be outdoors this week.
It has to be 4 pieces apart and all the rest of it. Right, come on then. Richard, give us a song so the Trekkie Girls can try and see if they can better it this week. Nothing by Slayer, please, okay?
All that's down, thrown down, girls.
What would you like to hear? Some
Can
rock.
you do music to watch girls by?
Ooh.
No.
I can sing along with that one.
Blackbird sing the dead of night. Take these broken wings and let it fly. All my life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
We've had a request for Amazing Grace by Cisco, please.
A song by Cisco. He's actually quite a good singer, but he does jazz, which I've never attempted to play in my life. But I'll try and do something by Cisco for you next week, madam.
See, when I think Cisco, I think Fong Song, but that was a different Cisco. So.
Oh dear.
Right, should we go now? Because we've been prattling on for an hour.
I think we've kept these good people long enough.
Yeah, people got
Lead
lives,
us on a case.
work, and family, and kids, and all the rest of the normal stuff to go and do. Bye-bye.
Well,
Goodbye, everybody. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Right, now we're off the air. We can say what we want about the viewers. God almighty. Wow.
I don't